Mike Davis, one of Golf Magazine's top 100 teachers, and today's pro tip is how to vary the distance out of a greenside bunker, say hitting it shorter or longer than normal. The basic mechanics stay about the same. We're still trying to have everything lined up where the contact point is in front of your body, right under your chin, and we're trying to make the club slide through, but we can vary three things that'll make the ball go either shorter or longer. First, obviously, you can swing harder or easier. There's a limit on this on bunkers. You don't want to swing too easy, and you certainly don't want to swing too hard. So maybe 20% to 60% of a full swing would be about the range that you could go on. We can also open the club face a lot. If I have the club face pointing straight up in the air, the ball won't go very far. Or we can square the club face up. Less loft makes it go farther, even going to using a different club. A lot of the tour players use a 54 degree or even a long pitching wedge or a 9-iron on real long bunker shots near the green. Third, we can swing steeper or more shallow. If I swing vertical, the ball won't go very far. If I swing more horizontal, a little wider, it'll go harder. So the key now is to figure what combination of those three works for you in this particular bunker. The key to that is reading the texture of the sand. If it's soft and fluffy, you don't want to square the face up because it'll tend to dig too much. You'll lose the bounce on the sole and the club will tend to dig. You also don't want to swing real vertical. So on soft sand, we want to swing wider with more bounce. The way that I do that to play the ball out, if I want a longer shot, is to move it a little farther forward, make a wider swing, and maybe a little bit harder swing. So I've moved the ball forward in my stance from normal when the sand gets soft. And you can swing through and get a little more projection going through. If it's real hard sand, I want to hit it control distance about the same. I want to move the ball back in my stance and square the face and swing a little bit steeper. Hard sand, the club with a lot of bounce will tend to skip and it might even blade the ball. So I want to make sure I don't have a lot of bounce in hard sand and I'm a little bit steeper. So the ball's back a little bit. I pick the club up just a little bit more and hit down a little bit steeper. And the club will dig into the sand a little bit more and the ball won't go very far. So when I look at these combinations now, let's say I have a short shot in soft sand. I want to open the face really wide and play it forward so the club slides right under the sand. So in a short shot in soft sand, I want to open the face wide so that there's not much loft. It's pointing straight up and it'll slide under the ball. A short shot in hard sand, I want to play the ball back and swing very steep so that there's not much forward momentum. And those two things make it go short. On hard sand, on a long shot, in hard sand, I simply square the face and swing a little wider, and the ball will travel a lot farther that way. I'm getting straighter face, gives it more momentum. A wider swing makes it go farther. A long shot in soft sand, I will go down club and take much less loft, going to a pitching wedge and play the ball forward, making a bigger swing, sweeping it. So the variables, swinging harder, swinging easier, opening or closing the face or even taking less lofted club, swinging more steep, swinging more horizontal. This requires a lot of practice time to really get a feel for how it works, and the art of this is being able to read the texture of the sand and feel what components worked for the shot that you've got. Again, I'm Mike Davis, and this is your pro tip on how to change distance in greenside bunkers with different textures of sand.